Good morning and welcome to the Sunday broadcast. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, known as Koikimedia on the social media space. As we kickstart the program this beautiful Sunday morning, we welcome each and every one of you that have joined us, and those of you that will be watching the transmission later on as well. Good morning and welcome to the 30th day of the month of August 2024. It's just coming up to almost 9:28 a.m. from London, where this transmission is coming from. We give glory to the Almighty God of the Yoruba land. We give glory to all the other gods that you serve, and we hope that as we continue to deliver our message of hope, one day we will finally bury Nigeria, so that the true owner of Nigerians that are indigenous people, the Yoruba, the Hausas, the Igbos, and the rest of the groups will also have the privilege to all be free. This program, as usual, under the leadership of Professor Adebanji Akintoye, the leader of the Yoruba Self-Determination Group, we would like to say thank you so much, Father, for the great work that you have done so far, and the more you are going to do as well. So much, we Father, love you, we appreciate you, and we give thanks to have you as a father at this very difficult time in the history of the Yoruba people, when so many people have decided to stay behind rather than coming forth to make sure that the Yoruba people can be free from the shackles and the bondage of Nigeria. So there's quite a lot to discuss as usual this morning, but we are using today as much as every other day to appreciate Professor Adebanji Akintoye. As we appreciate him, we appreciate Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, and we also appreciate Otumba Demola and the many other leaders within the Yoruba Nation movement that are working tirelessly to make sure that the Yoruba people can be free from the shackles and the bondage of Nigeria. As you all know, and you're all aware, that Nigeria was established as a business entity by the British in 1914 after over 500 years of slavery. Rather than allow every indigenous people to go and set up their own country as known as Yoruba people, Nigeria was formed by the British under the governor administrator of the time, and likewise as over 110 years now, the question remains, are we one? And if we are not one, what should we be doing right now to make sure that everybody have the privilege to go their separate ways? We kickstart like this. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fàlérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹjẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú. sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Ẹ̀rẹ̀ mi, ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀.
Listen. And I saw 3 flags. Write it down. Nigeria will be divided to 3. Okay. Write it down. God says the Lord. The month of October, November,
Pray for Nigeria, our country. Nigeria, our country, need prayers. We are going to pray. The prayer we're going to pray now is going to be for the next 3 months. For the next 3 months. Between now and the next 3 months, I would like us to pray against complete shutdown of only Abuja. Complete shutdown, complete lockup. I'd like us to pray against complete lockup. Not sickness, but major attack. Major attack where all the checkpoints into Abuja will not be secured Nigerian security agents, but unknown gunmen. I'm going to say something. I know it's going to go. I know it's going to sound very bad to some people, but it's the right thing. The right thing. I will not say we should raise prayer war against any security agent that is not approved by Nigeria. But I see a security agent, I see a force that is not approved by Nigeria fighting Nigeria and killing Nigerian security agents massively. Tó o bá mọ nǹkan tí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ẹ ṣe tí wọ́n. Massively. In the next 3 months, I want to beg us to pray for Nigerian security agents. I see police, civil defense,
Army, Air Force,
Navy, even the paramilitary like immigrations. I see them in trouble running helter-skelter because they are the target now, not me and you. They are the target. My father eats grape and the teeth of the son is going sour is an abomination. We have to pray for Nigeria. The presidency presidency have to wake up. Even though the strength is no longer there, we have to wake up. You don't wait for the person that is no more to give you order. You don't wait for the person that is no more to give you order. A dead man cannot give you command. Are you together with me? We need to pray for our country. We don't have any other country apart from Nigeria. Are you hearing me? Hello? How many of you are from Cameroon here? From Ghana? Sierra Leone?
Nigeria is expired in 2014. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn nínú ẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká tún kólókòlókò máa lọ. Káwa Yorùbá ká lọ bójú tó ara wa. A ní ìdìbò láti lò. A nínú tablet àgbòlání àti èkì ńláńlá bí ayélujára bí lẹ́ràn bí àṣàtálẹ̀ bí àwọn kan tá ní ìdìbò yẹn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. A ní nígbà tí wọ́n kó wa lẹ́rú tó kún bẹ́ẹ̀lẹ̀ níbi ìtẹ́kọ̀ wọ́n dùn wọ̀. Ẹ̀ẹ̀mọ̀ tó mú ìjì ẹ̀sìn ni. Wọ́n yìnbọn sí Yorùbá kò rán, wọ́n sọ alága kò rán, wọ́n yìnbọn lọ́bẹ̀ kò rán, wọ́n ṣe wọ́n yìnbọn tó wọ́n fẹ̀ jáde. Wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú àwọn ìyàwó rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn kí ló máa lọ fi ta wọ́n lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀sìn agbéwálé wọn lọ́wọ́. Ẹ̀wù wèrè nígbà tó wá yá ó tó wá kọ́ọ̀bù jáde àwọn Abẹ́òkúta àwọn olóṣèlú àwọn British lọ. Wọ́n gbòògùn tó ń ṣe wọ́n gbòògùn sínú bàtà wọ́n gbòògùn sínú oúnjẹ wọn náà ṣe bá dé wọ́n kò yìnbó lọ́tọ̀ òkúta ó padà délé òṣèlú ẹ̀wọ̀n wèrè wọ́n pa Abíọ́lá wọ́n gbé ìjọba fún sọ́mẹ́tàn ṣé gómìnà fi ṣe wèrè wọ́n pa Abíọ́lá wọ́n ní kábíọ́ bàbá ìfọ̀jọ́ kúkú àtọ̀jú náà ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ tí ó bá jẹ́ ti tẹ̀wọ̀n àlè tó yẹ kó gbà nítorí ajé wèrè nítorí ajé wèrè nítorí ajé.
I don't know when it's going to start. So when for free, I'm giving you a free information. I'm telling you this message for free. For you to avoid sit at home. 3 days prayer. On the 19th, 20, and 21. God, the only prayer is, Father, have mercy. Because the sit down at home that will cause everybody to run and scatter. The sit down at home that will cause people to run.
The father will not be able to recognize. They will say, I'm staff.
Pray on the 19th, 20, and 21 of this month. Pray for mercy for Nigeria and Africa. That God should cancel. I'm just seeing it now. That God should cancel anything that will cause sit down at home, that will cause people to lose their children, cause children to lose their parents. Intimori is bloody.
What I saw is so bloody.
It's very bloody.
It's bloody.
When I repeat, stray bullets is there. I repeat, I am saying what I'm speaking about.
As it's being revealed to me, I can see some brother and not.
I repeat, pray 19, 20, 21. Nigeria should pray for mercy. Pray for mercy. I repeat, pray for mercy. On the 19, on the 20, on the 21. On the 19, on the 20, on the 21. Pray for that 3 days. That after that 3 days, God should die down. I'm not saying it will happen between that 3 days of you.
máa ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yẹn. But there is a meeting between that 3 days. Ṣùgbọ́n ó ní ìpàdé kan tó fẹ́ ṣe láàrin ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yẹn. Pray that God should die down. Ẹ gbàdúrà pé kí Ọlọ́run kó paná ìpàdé náà. By his mercy. Nípa àánú rẹ̀. Kí Ọlọ́run kó gbọ́. Yàtọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀. Pass this message. Ẹ fi ìránṣẹ́. There is a war coming. Torí pé ogun kan bọ̀. And the war will take life. Ogun yẹn yóò gba ẹ̀mí. We take people. Ó máa gba àwọn èèyàn. Children will lose their parents. Àwọn ọmọ yóò sọ òbí. Parents will lose their children. Yóò sọ ọmọ náà. I don't know the area it's coming from. Mi ò mọ ibi tó ti máa wá o. I don't know the junction it will start. Mo ìkórìtà tí ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. But I see the border from north. Ṣùgbọ́n mo rí pé bẹ́ẹ̀ enter south. Ó wọnú south. Pray. Ẹ gbàdúrà. And the south. Àwọn retaliate enter southwest, south whatever. I will not say more than that. But I did not see where it will start. But I hear from north. I hear from north. And I hear again from south. Pray. I don't know when the war will happen. So that we will not have sit at home. The day of that prayer, on the 19th, on the 20th,
At the I look at the scripture word and I see myself right here in the month of August ending, September, October, November, and the month of December. People in Nigeria need strong prayer. People in Nigeria need strong prayer. People in Nigeria are praying now, are crying now. Oh, these are expensive. These are difficult to buy. But in the realm of the spirit, as I look at the country, Nigeria, the month of September, from the month of August ending, September, October, November, December, things is about to triple the price of what it is.
If anybody in their mind is thinking that all these prophecies are joke, don't take them as a joke. They are prophecies that they've seen, but somebody saw this prophecy very long time ago, but we take it for a joke, and the time has arrived that the real owners of the land wants to take their land.
These Ghanaian people, they did deceive you. Why don't they do like this? People like this now. One day you must ask them, oh, you not gonna ask them. You must ask. When the time is ready, we go ask. Everybody say yeah, yeah. These Ghanaian people, they did deceive you. Why don't they do like this? People like this now. One day you must ask them, oh, you not gonna ask them. You must ask. When the time is ready, we go ask. Everybody say yeah, yeah.
And the time is more than over ready. Nigeria expired, but they are forcing it, and it will eventually bring what many of us envisage already. There is still a lot of room to stop whatever might be happening. I will not be mentioning names, but Moki Bugwa Karo, and good morning and welcome to the live transmission as we continue the program this morning. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Gbogbo alamọ in tó ń push tó ń bọ̀. Happy Sunday, and this is the last day of the month of June. If we reverse back the next 24 hours, if we reverse it back to about 3 years ago precisely, it was a very tough one in soccer. A very, very tough one. I'll remind you what actually happened, because most of us have forgotten anyway. But the message that we are saying to the government of Nigeria, that it seems that many Nigerians are not happy with the state of things right now in Nigeria. Many in their millions many of them. But something is about to kickstart because the Nigerians are now fed up with the way Nigeria has been run for the last 63 years, with deceit, lies, dehumanize. So ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ Nigerians ọ̀rọ̀ Nigeria ó ti sú wọn. Wọ́n ti parọ́, wọ́n ti gbé wọn ní mugun. They've literally taken us for a joke. Those that were able to have enough left. I am not talking about people like us. Those that left were part of like Baba Akintoye. Professor Banji Akintoye left Nigeria not because he wanted to leave Nigeria. Professor Adebanji Akintoye, the leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement, left Nigeria not because he wanted to leave. He left because the system was not on their side. And from what we know and the little we've learned about him, he left out of no choice to go and find another way out, since Nigeria did not value its potential. Nigeria already potential Professor Banji Akintoye and those set of groups of people, those that were left in Nigeria, some of them have died, while some are still alive. I'm talking about that age group of our Nigerians, whether you are Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, and the rest, those that were born in the same year in 1935 with Professor Akintoye. Many of them that left Nigeria, if they are still alive, is because they probably have a better opportunity in the country that they left. But those in Nigeria didn't have that same opportunity. Professor Stephen Adebanji Akintoye, also known as S. Banji Akintoye, a Nigerian-born academic, an historian and a writer, well-read, but he was not given the opportunity, like many of his colleagues, his age mates, to prove that they can make Nigeria the best out of Africa. Rather, it was pushed out of Africa. Baba Akintoye was pushed away out of that continent, just like many of us today have done. And if we play back, you would understand the pain of such a man today. Now telling the younger ones, because we are very young to him, some of us are like his great grandchildren. Because at that age, if Baba was giving birth even very early, he would have multiple great grandchildren that he already have based on the Yoruba nation as our leader. But it is to my surprise that we now also have those that are not up to his age, even if it's just a month, challenging him, questioning his authority, about asking us now to pull out of Nigeria before we all get pulled down by Nigeria, based on all the prophecies that we've played at the beginning of the broadcast. Torí pé in tí bàbá rí tó fi ń bẹ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé ká tètè push ara wa kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà is about to start. Nobody then must blame anybody when those crises, anarchy, state of overrun of Nigeria by the Fulani terrorists, which is their agenda in the first place. Don't put the blame on anybody, because I suffer in Bombo. But majority of you are too deaf to understand the crying call of Professor Akintoye pé ní inú àlá làwọn rí pé bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ sọ fún àwọn pé káwọn padà wá sílé. He could have disobeyed. Maybe he's not the only one that message was passed to and they disobeyed, because kò ń ṣàwọn nìkan lọ bá bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe, but he was one staunch member of Baba Awólọ́wọ̀. Ó lè já àwọn governors wa ni Baba Awólọ́wọ̀ ti yọjú sí lójú oorun tí wọ́n dá lóhùn. Bí abọ́ ṣe ń yọjú yẹn, wọ́n ń da yẹ̀pẹ̀ sí bàbá yẹn padà pé máa lọ, ìbò ti kú. Wọ́n ní tó bá ti kú ò gbọ́dọ̀ tún wá sáyé mọ́. Bóyá gbogbo àwọn governors wa ó possible kí bàbá ti yọ sí wọn rí, ìyẹn Awólọ́wọ̀, látara tó ń rí lórílẹ̀‐èdè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa, bọ̀kọ́ má dá wọn lóhùn. Because you wonder why many of us are suffering. But they took advantage. Bàbá Akintoye wá padà wálé, ó darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn ẹgbẹ́ Afẹ́nifẹ́re. Then during that period, he now also saw that something doesn't seem very nice. Ó dàbí ìgbà tá a bá ní Afẹ́nifẹ́re yìí, ìjà ṣọ́ pé à ń ṣe fún ọmọ Yorùbá ni, àbí a kàn ń ṣe fún àpò ara wa nìkan, àtàwọn tó súnmọ́ wa, àtàwọn tá a lè bá pè tó máa fún ní access sí one thing or the other in that madness country tẹ́ ń pè Nigeria. Then Baba said no. Òun ò bá Afẹ́nifẹ́re jà, ẹ máa ti ibi tẹ́yìn lọ, àmọ́ ọ̀nà tóun rí òun ni pé ká kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Òun ni the best choice. That choice was rejected by millions of Yoruba people that went to vote in 2023. Choice yẹn pé ká pull out nínú Nigeria, many Yoruba people disagree. Even some told lies against him. Some call him names. Some went to dig deep down to bring out whatever they could bring to make sure that they can destroy an integrity of a man that was able to be well read and qualified after he was born in Ekiti State in 1935. An historian and a writer. Kí ló ń pè ní historian? Ẹni tá a máa rányàn létí pé báyìí ló ṣe rí tẹ́lẹ̀ àti pé báyìí dẹ̀ ló ṣe yẹ kó tún rí nísìn. Many of these mad politicians does not have any history. Rather, they are portraying a country that British forced on us to keep every one of us below par. And that played out for a very long time until Baba Akintoye woke the spirit in us and said, no, I worked in the Second Republic in Nigeria. Mo ṣiṣẹ́ as a senator. I am not talking about all these your bastard olórí burúkú, àwọn tí alálẹ̀ máa mú gbogbo ilé yẹn kọ̀ọ̀kan in your bulletproof car that have took advantage of being a senator and enrich themselves while you are poor. Happy birthday, Taiwo Thomas. Ọ̀ṣọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún láyé, ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá wọn. Baba Akintoye in the Second Republic played his part in trying to put formation policies that could save millions of people, but they were not interested in that. Ṣáwọn tó were interested in the Second Republic when these kind of caliber of Yoruba people and some that are, also maybe a little bit honest and loyal for the country known as Nigeria. So what is giving you this hope, this madness hope? Oh, is it your Geo or your Afar or your Babalawo or the criminal Western, infiltrating into Nigeria in the last 110 years, especially the British that created that crazy country that you are all trying to rescue today? They could not allow Professor Akintoye and the people that were very, very loyal and honest to deliver a country that would have favored every single Nigerians today. That was in the Second Republic. Àwọn tó jẹ́ kí Bàbá Akintoye rí ṣe ní Second Republic, ta ló fún ẹ ní iota of truth that wọ́n máa jẹ́ kẹ́ rí ṣe as Nigeria continue to exist if there is ever a country called Nigeria? There's one of our mothers. I've never talked about her on the platform before. Probably maybe a little bit or not, I can't remember. Some of you need to wake up. And you need to wake up very, very fast. Because as sọ fún President Tinubu that the Nigerians that are angry are also worried that there is now a jihadis that are moving faster and ready to destroy that old part of the shithole country known as Nigeria, and that will bring chaos and blood to many lives. It needs to do something now to save humanity. If not, he will be held responsible for all the death that is going to occur with all these prophecies that has been delivered and the messages that we've been talking about. There is one of our mothers that the same country pushed out of Nigeria for more than 39 years. She could not see her children stuck somewhere in America, not because of her will or desire, not because her and her twins wanted to be out of Nigeria, but they were forced out of Nigeria. Just like they killed Fela Anikulapo Kuti, that warned every one of us, as I reminded you, and I will do again in this message that Fela told us some very long time ago, that we all probably never believed in. And the day of reckoning for Nigeria is gradually getting closer day by day. This is what Fela said. I don't know what year this was said, but it is now walking in 21st century as things are about to go down.
These young people, they did deceive you. Why do they do like this people like this now? One day you must ask them, oh, you don't go ask them. You must ask. When the time is ready, we go ask.
Ó ní nígbà tásìkò bá tó, a béèrè. When the time is ready, we must ask. And that's exactly what we are doing today. Fela is no longer with us, but his message is still working in accordance to today's shithole Nigeria that many of you wants to rescue. How you're going to rescue it is what I still don't understand. I want to take you to Another family, some of you might know them, while some of you might have never even heard about them before. This is what they've done to our life. This family that I'm about to talk about today, àwọn tó bá jẹ́ age mate wọn, wá mọ̀ wọn. Àbí wọ́n tó bá gbọ́ history Nigeria dáadáa, wá ti gbọ́ wọn rí. But because we are people that are so forgetful because of what Nigeria has done in our lives. Nigeria has done so much that it is time. We've got to let it go. Once again, a very good morning and welcome to our transmission on Koikimedia. I'm going to make a bit of their music, and then some of you thought Afrobeat was done by this new Gen Z. No, there were some sisters that were very, very powerful, using their music to speak the truth to the power until they were chased out of Nigeria. Mostly creating that awareness from this platform. These two beautiful sisters were chased out of their fatherland into exile because they were fighting for something that many of us would have enjoyed today. They were very, very powerful with their music. They were so straightforward, and they are still, at least one of them. One died some few years back. You don't know why some of us are very, very bitter and angry. This family was destroyed by the same military because they were demanding the right of not just Yoruba people, but Nigerians. I'll tell you a bit about them. I've never done such a very program on them before. Just to let you know the danger that we have all been kept in. Let's listen to this first. Then I will give you a bit of their background. Okay, Bubua. And welcome to the live show.
And this is my twin sister, Kehinde. Together, we are known and called the Lijadu sisters. Together, well, unprofessionally, 53 years from age 10. And professionally since 1968.
That's 43 years ago.
We sing
together.
We sing whether we have performances, live performances, or we have radio. Otherwise, we sing together every day. It's a natural thing.
If I'm in the kitchen singing a song and I'm walking towards the bathroom, I hear her singing exactly the same thing. And she starts telling me exactly what's been on my list, what's been on my mind, and I said, get it live now. Please, Taiwo. Please, Taiwo, get it live.
Well, you're my life.
I know.
We bring each other balance.
And our children bring us balance.
And they bring
All
us
of them.
joy. Before we moved in here, we have always had our home look like this. We're used to living like this with our mom. There is a song we wrote for her years ago. There are songs we had written for her. Reincarnation. That is on Sunshine. It says, the sun will shine on me someday. The clouds will break tomorrow. I've put a step forward, no more. Your feet, be happy, for the Lord is here to shine the sun on us. Hallelujah, sunshine. And you will see Mr. Sunshine. Mr. Sunshine.
Have you seen Mr. Sunshine over there? You see him? That's Mr. Sunshine.
You see Mr. Sunshine?
Do you see him now? Our late grandmother, Petana, she used to play the
piano. Our mom played the mouth organ. Our dad played the piano. You know, we come from a musical background.
They sing.
Functions. And they are poets.
Sang in church. So when you grow up in that kind of environment, it's bound to rub off on you.
Just being twins, being identical twins, and being pranksters. Oh my! People loved us. Whatever we do as singers, we have to think of what we will say that will comfort people's hearts, that will gladden people's hearts,
and give hope,
that will make people laugh. I saw a child today, he was dying on the streets. Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy. Oh, hear me cry. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
One of them died a few years back, but I can tell you one of them is still alive, and I'm in close communication with her. They were pushed out of Nigeria because of their music that was challenging the government of the day. And they've left Nigeria, and as I speak to you right now, I've still not returned back to Nigeria. That is what some of you don't know. The Lijadu sisters. Oh, Bonriabi. We will pull down that country in Jesus' name. Ashedimari. Let me give you a bit of their background. Who are the Lijadu sisters? Kehinde Lijadu was born on the 22nd of October 1948. She died on the 9th of November 2019. May her soul continue to rest in peace. Taiwo Lijadu, I am still in close communication with her. God bless her soul. A mother, a true mother. Born the same year with her sister. '22nd of October 1948. were identical twin sisters from Nigeria who performed as the Lijadu sisters from the mid-1960s up to 1980s. They achieved success in Nigeria and also had a more modest success in the United States and Europe. Described as an influential dynamic who mixed Afrobeat sound with jazz and disco, the sisters retired from the music scene in the late 1980s, reforming and performing sporadically during the 2010 until Kehinde's death in the 2019. They were the cousins of the popular Nigerian musician Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Career. The twins grew up in the Nigerian city of Ibadan and were inspired musically by various artists including Aretha Franklin, Victor Olaiya, Miriam Makeba. They had guidance from the music producer Lennon Jackson, who is credited with helping them with their early success. Their music was a mix of jazz, Afrobeat, reggae, and waka. Sometimes they sang in English and other times in African language, which is Yoruba. Very good.
Kehinde Lijadu, Taiwo Lijadu, the Lijadu sisters on Spotify. Ooh, that's nice. We thank all our fans from the past to now and into the future. Great. See you later.
These are powerful artists that took Yoruba to a different level around the world. But they were pushed out of Nigeria because they were against the injustice being done on many Nigerians. And for decades now, they left the shore of their fatherland while one of them died, as we said earlier, in 2019. That is what Nigeria has committed. So when some of you come on the social media and you are defending Nigeria, how do you want me to tell the Lijadu sister, our mother, a grandmother, what do you want me to tell her? That, Mommy, I'm at in Nigeria, Mada. The last time I spoke to her and I said Nigeria is a country only more better to marry. Not to ever lower the way Nigeria is a country. They were pushed out from their father's house into exile. Let's pick one of their music called Danger. Let's play that. And I do not have copyright to all this music. I don't know when this song was sung, but I can check it out on the Google. Danger was the title. The Lijadu sisters. Oh, but worry abi. It will fix in Nigeria. Do you understand what you're talking about? These mothers, grandmother, for 20 years, in your badum, in your all right, in your okay. For more than 20 years, àwọn Lijadu sister wọ́n rí àwọn ọmọ wọn látara pé military push wọn out of Nigeria nígbà tí wọ́n fi pa wọ́n tí intelligent dórí desk wọn tó sá kúrò Nigeria. So màá wá lọ bá wọn nísìnyí, màá wá pe mama grandma àwọn èèyàn máa wà lórí live show mi wọ́n ní Nigeria ṣì máa dá kò ní dá fún bàbá tó bí ẹ bàbá ò ní ṣoríire, bàbá tó bí ò ní ṣoríire, àwọn bàbá ò ní ṣoríire. wọ́n ní sóríire ìyá ò ní sóríire. Do you know what tọmọ crime tó commit fáwọn ìyá yìí? Do you know the crime that Nigeria committed on their lives for more than 20 years plus? Wọ́n rá àwọn ọmọ wọn, àwọn ọmọ mi wà ní 9 years old nígbà tó sá kúrò Nàìjíríà. Bàbá ò ní sóríire. We will put that country down. Into bá gbà la máa fún. Ẹ lọ múra sílẹ̀. Wọ́n ti sọ fún yín pé ogun bọ̀. Èbí kọ́ mo sọ, àwọn wòlíì ti sọ. Wọ́n ní ogun bọ̀. It's just a matter of time. Màá pè wọ́n ní sì máa sọ pé wọ́n máa ti wá sórí live show mi wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà máa da gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní Nàìjíríà máa da àti pásítọ̀ ni àti wòlíì ni ẹ ní sóríire gbogbo yín pátápátá ni mo sọ ẹ ní sóríire any one of you. Danger ni orin tọkọ yìí ṣé àti wà nínú danger nísìn. Listen. Let's listen to one more. This one was called Amebo.
Thank you for sending me money through Remitly, beta. It went straight into my account. How easy was that?
Very powerful music. The Danger was released in 1976. I've just seen it here. Let's give you a bit of more of the background. Sometimes they sang in English and other times in African languages, which is Yoruba. One of their first songs was arranged with the assistance from jazz saxophone player Orlando Julius. They released their first album, Ìyá Mi Jọ̀wọ́, in 1969 after winning a record contract with Decca Records. They worked with the late B.D. Wright on their third album, Danger, in 1976. American rapper, you can see how far Yoruba people have gone. Ẹ wo bí tẹ́ wà lẹ́nu nísìn. Ẹ wo bí tí gbogbo àjọ wà. Let me include myself. Àwọn ọmọ aládé, àwọn àjẹgungun káàkiri, because of these bastard politicians oppressing us, dehumanizing each one of us, and you are here defending them. Are you reading somebody's history, background one, taking us back to the 60s, how they were signing contract with rappers around the world. Sign contract in it. These our mothers have been signing records as far back as 60s. But do you blame yourself for that? The Lijadu sisters. tí bá bá yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ báyìí ẹkún máa ń gbé mi, knowing what they could have done more in training many other of you and become another powerful, but they were chased out of Nigeria for decades. Torí pé wọ́n gbé òtítọ́ dání, and they wanted to kill them. Do you understand that? And for those of you that are here, in case you don't know what they look like, let me just give you a quick view of them. They are called the Lijadu sisters. Very beautiful and very eloquent Yoruba women. Very beautiful and very, Yoruba women. Taking Yoruba around the world as far back as 60s. Wọ́n ṣe wá ń sọ nísìnyí pé ó fẹ́ fix Nigeria. Àwọn ìyá ìwọ máa jẹ́ kó rí Nigeria fix with their music. So you think that the video music will fix? Hey, the video is making us to shine all over the world. Shut the fuck up. Need that phone. The Lijadu sisters were doing that before the video. One bastard. You just love the video. Idiot all over the place. Or buy string or destroy it so that you don't even know the. I mean, how will you be saying you know Michael Jackson, you don't know the Lijadu sisters? It's because the history was taken away from us. The Lijadu sisters recorded Sunshine in 1978 and The Horizon Unlimited in 1979. Almost same year. The sisters were top stars in Nigeria during the 70s and the 80s. Top stars. Top stars. During these years, they branded out to America and Europe and found modest success. They performed with drummer Ginger Bakers. Band Salt at the 1972 Munich Olympic Games. They were part of those that sang at the Munich Olympic in 1972. It's because you don't have to understand what we're talking about. But rather than you sit back, you come and write nonsense comment here. You want to fix Nigeria. We are the problem of Nigeria. Do I look like the problem of Nigeria to you? They performed with Ginger Bakers. I don't know who that is. But according to what I put down here, Peter Edward Ginger Baker was an English drummer. His work in the 60s and 70s earned him the reputation of the rock force superstar drummer for his style that melded jazz and African rhyme and pioneered both jazz and fusion and the world music. These sisters, the Lijadu sister, played with him at the 1972 Munich Olympic Games. Do you understand what you're talking about? Any country you're fixed, who are fixable. The New York Times reported that the sisters were smiling free spirit. Kò síjọ́ tó bá pe grandma, ẹ̀rín á máa wà nínú cheek wọn. Every time we talk on the video call, she will have a smile, even up to date. Unbelievable that we have people that want to defend Nigeria, especially the youth. Wọ́n lé youth kan kúrò Nigeria for over 20 years. Ọ̀dọ́mà ni wọ́n nígbà tó lé wọn kúrò Nigeria. Because if they were born in 1948, they left Nigeria around just after the whole MK Abiola whole issue, I believe. Work out how many years was that? How old ni wọ́n nígbà yẹn? You can see why I said many people left Nigeria a long time ago. Not people like us. The New York Times. We talked about the New York Times before. Reported that the sisters were smiling free spirit who mixed sisterly banter and fictitiousness in their performances, which feature positive messages such as the benefit of returning home. Injali return home. Their reggae number Recarnation insisted that if recarnation was a reality, then they would like to be reincarnated again to the home where they grew up. Some of their lyrics were politically themed. If you thought any problem with the government near. Some of their lyrics, Oritonko, don't expect the video to sing against the government, like our brother Idris Abubakar, Abdul Karim. They are all part of the game. The video is part of the game with them as well. Take the youth mind away from the reality of the danger that we are in. Everybody will chop breakfast. Nikotombo, according to all the prophecies, and I will play those ones towards the end again. We played it at the beginning. The youth have been diverted from the reality of the danger we are in. On the TikTok, Instagram, wasting and burning energy that is never going to work. Some of their songs, not one, not two, Lara Won, the lyrics were politically themed. Their harmonies were described as ethereal. In 1984, Sanchi Records released Double Trouble in the US was a compilation of their previously recorded material from their albums Horizon Unlimited and Danger. Their song Orire Elejibo was included on a double CD entitled Nigeria 70, Africa 100 and was added to the Root and Wings playlist in 1997. During the 1980s, the sisters moved to Brooklyn in New York. They performed in various venues including the Lower Manhattan Club, Wetland, and in the Helen with King Sunny Ade's African Beats as their backing band. They performed with the Philadelphia-based band Filigumbo. They were featured in the music documentary Combi by the English director Jeremy Merle. Their music was featured in the Nigerian installment of the 14th episode World Music Series entitled Beat of the Heart, which was aired on the PBS during the late 1980s. The Public Broadcasting Service is an American public broadcasting and non-commercial free-to-air television network based in Crystal City, Virginia. PBS is a publicly funded non-profit organization. You hear what I said there? You're watching a program where no advert is interrupting. But PBS, a funded non-profit organization, donate to Koikimedia, Adija. Donate to Koikimedia, Adi Wahala. Don't throw warning because you don't know the meaning of media. The Public Broadcasting Service, America Loa, non-profit organization and the most prominent provider of educational program to public television. Kila Jenibi Bai. In Jan Sora Lufansha, we try not to because we've turned this to a lecture room to educate ourselves, including myself, and learn from each other, especially on the reason why Yoruba needs to exit Nigeria. That's what we do here. But for people to donate £1, it is very difficult for them to donate $1, to send 1,000 naira. It is like for them, they want to question why that money is being asked and the purpose for the money. For a platform that is dedicated, that has not shifted and never plan to shift until we get to that donation, to that destination. Thank you so much, Aziz, my brother. We find it hard. Láti yọ £1 pé Koiki gbà. Mo ní ju £1 lọ, màá send sí naira account ẹ̀. Ó yá, màá send sí PayPal. Màá send sí kíní. We're not asking for too much, because I know we are all committed with different other things. But when we are talking about the media, dedicated all its time and energy and life, because I've dedicated my life to these. Maybe some of you don't know that. Because we're going nowhere until Yoruba Nation happen in my lifetime. And it's going to happen. I don't know about you saying that it's not going to happen in your lifetime. You will probably be dead. Wati ku awalama walaye. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Kò sẹ́ni tó ń ro kú sẹ́ni kankan. But tó bá ní Yoruba Nation ò ní wáyé, ìwọ ló máa kú, àwa máa gbádùn Yoruba Nation. I am just 40 plus. So there's enough time to enjoy it. Just as our father at 89, Baba Akintoye, will enjoy it as well. But any ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá ní Yoruba Nation ò ní wá sáyé, ó máa kú ni, wà lọ dúró dè wá ní àjùdí ọ̀run. Àwa máa náwó Yoruba Nation. We will pull down the whole structure for a new system to be brought in. I've told our governors, it is just a matter of time. Kò sẹ́ni tó lè dá dúró mọ́. Thank you so much, everyone watching, and happy Sunday once again. The month of June ends today. After this, I will quickly take us back to Baba Akintoye last week of the message before we start a new week again next week. That I've not been calling out names, and but I do welcome every single one of you as you join the program. Remember, thumbs up is free. At least if you don't come into the program and don't, that's fine. But if you deliberately or you forgot, we're reminding you now, come out of the comment section and go and thumbs up. It is helping my platform and many others as well. We're still talking about the Lijadu sisters. These are families that Nigeria was showing pepe. Live show. They've confided in me so many things that what that government did to them during that time. If anybody telling you Nigeria can be fixed, ask them why tọ́lé àwọn Lijadu sister kúrò Nigeria ṣọ́ jalè ni. Àwọn tó máa jalè máa wà ní Nigeria báyìí tí wọ́n ń gbé nínú Nigeria, Yaya Bello and many of them like that, and nobody has done anything to them. Àwọn tó gbó òtítọ́ dání tó challenge authority pé ìyà tẹ́ ń fi Nigeria jẹ wọ́n máa lé wọn kúrò nínú ìlú wọn. I'm not talking about 1 year. They've been out of Nigeria for over 20 years plus. Wọ́n ti fojú kan àwọn ọmọ wọn bí ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. Nígbà tó bá fún àwọn ọmọ wọn ní visa tó máa lọ fi bá wọn níbi tó wà. Do you understand that again? Do you understand what that means? Ìlú yẹn ni wọ́n wá ń sọ pé o fẹ́ fix. No, agbára ló fẹ́ fi fix ẹ̀. O wàá sọ fún Ọlọ́run kó wá fix ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run náà dé. Ọlọ́run ní igbe mẹ̀kúnnù dọ́dọ̀ ohun ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó ń ṣàn kalẹ̀. Bí ọ̀gbọ́ lánàá lọ sórí page mi lórí Twitter, má ní kí n ṣó ẹ̀ fún ẹ nígbà tó máa fún ẹ lépè. Kó lọ wo ìyá tó commit suicide ní Warri ní Delta State. Lánàá láàárọ̀ àná ló jábọ́ lórí bridge tó larí mọ́lẹ̀ tó kú dànù. Ó náà òun tọrọ oúnjẹ fáwọn ọmọ òun, wọ́n wá ń fẹ́ òun ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́, òun wáṣẹ́ wọ̀ òun ò ríṣẹ́. Má sọ pé they play, mo ń play náà ni. But one thing is, the real owners of Nigerians are ready to die and take back what belongs to them. Go and prepare for the worst case scenario. We will pull the whole thing down with awareness, with diplomacy, with dialogue, and whatever you can think of. Don't start telling me I should tell you. We will go on the M1. M1 ló máa end up ẹ̀. Let's read more of these our beautiful sisters, the Lijadu. May the soul of the Kehinde that died in 2019 continue to rest in peace. On the 1st of April 2014, they appeared live at an all-star tribute, the Atomic Bomb Band. The Atomic Bomb Band, a touring supergroup who played the music of Nigerian funk musician William Onyebo. The core group is music director Ahmed Galab and his band Sakina, Alex Taylor, Pat Money and the rest. For reclusive Nigerian musician William Onyebo at the Barbican Center in London, they sang some of their own tracks, including Danger that we played earlier, as well as providing backing and lead vocals on William Onyebo material. They also performed with the Atomic Bomb Band on Tonight's Show starring Jimmy Fallon, and the tour date in the New York, San Francisco and Los Angeles in 2014. But on the 9th of November 2019, Kehinde suffered a stroke and died on the same day at the age of 71. Now you know that they are not old anymore. But nígbà ọ̀dọ́ wọn ló lé wọn kúrò Nigeria. It was during their youth that they were pushed out of Nigeria because they were asking for the truth and nothing but the truth. Is that not what is happening today? You can see why Nigeria cannot be fixed. I've just shared with you the most beautiful sisters, twin sisters that you've never had before. There are many, many of them, but I've just given you at least, the ones that you probably never know existed. They are called the Lijadu sisters. Go and do more and follow them on some of their music channel and pray for the one that is still alive, that may our soul rest, continue to live longer for us, because she still have a lot to give us. She has a lot. And let me give you the image here for those of you that are here. Kako, if you appreciate one, they are known as the Lijadu sisters. And then we go straight into the discussion further again. My name is still OLAYOMI KOIKI. This platform only stand. Is that on the same thing? Because I'm coming to there in a minute. Because 3 years ago precisely today, 3 years ago, this time last year, 3 years ago, so much was already brewing out of soca as we were just, tomorrow, 1st of July, when they attacked Igbo's resident in soca. The same thing that she found Lijadu. So the North has been dealing with us with the help of the criminal Yoruba politicians, the bomb bastards that you defend every day. So those are the Lijadu sisters, Taiwo, Koiki Odudua. In case you haven't seen their faces before, I've decided to bring it forward. We move swiftly because we've done 1 hour. We're still good with time, but time runs very fast. Danger was sung in one of their songs. Interesting. We are all now in danger. And if you don't think that we're in danger, soon you will realize that we are in danger. Let's go back to Professor Adebanji Akintoye as well. Just as we thought that it was only Professor that ran out of Nigeria, the Lijadu ran out, I ran out. I don't know about you, whether you just left and you thought I'm not going back, but I ran out of Nigeria. I was not coming here in the hope that I will have another future in Nigeria. I ran out of Nigeria. But we must understand that the people that are fighting for us to be free today, thank you so much. I've just seen whoever sent that notification that just popped in. It doesn't matter. If I send 1,000, it will still help. If you send more, it's a bonus. But let's make it, as part of a media like this. I am not one of your, blogging platform. I am not one of your vlog. I don't join videos. We are here to educate ourselves. And as usual, You know, I keep telling you, any media to do that. I've just received my updated new press card. This is my own ID card, Koikimedia, that I did for myself. But yesterday, my new press card with the background of the number 10 Downing Street came to me. That is my press card. Background there is number 10 Downing Street. I decided to update the picture. This again goes for the next 1 year. At least you are well secured with a journalist that knows what he's talking about, with a media that is registered in UK. So I am not one of those that you compare with. Don't ever compare me with anyone. I am an independent freelance journalist, and I do exactly what Yoruba people want me to do. Talk about Yoruba nation, push the message on the street, push the message to the social media, push the message to the government of UK. They're not going to listen to us, okay? And they don't plan to listen to anybody. But when the right time comes, with the right message, with the right materials on the M1, they will listen to us. So don't ever compare me with any of these, your V blogger or this your moi or local champion in that shit old country called Nigeria. I am not one of them. And I know what I am doing. I know what to talk to and what not to say at the appropriate time. And I have very powerful mentors that I talk to as well. So don't ever compare me with one of this shit hole. I am proud of what I'm doing and I'm happy with what I'm doing. But it's entirely up to you to just support the platform. That's all we ask you to do. If I have enough, I will not wait for YSDM. I will be running things quietly, especially with materials. If I have that money, I will be running the materials, blasting it all over Yoruba land, including the northern part of Nigeria. I know what to do. Chiboni Boshin deliver weapon for one. I want to deliver leaflet. I don't have to start telling you how that is going to work. Tomama da leaflet káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, títí dé southeast, títí dé north, títí dé middle belt. But you don't have that money. These are part of the campaign materials. Some of you think that all these people, you know, I am not going to show you the front side. I am only going to show you the back side. Vote Labour Party. These are the materials sent to household. Do you think that these are printed for free? Kí ló ń ṣe wá náà tá à ń fi pé tá a bá ń sọ pé ẹ dáwó fún wa àbí kẹ́ dáwó sínú YSDM? Ẹ fẹ́ gba Yoruba Nation. How are you going to get Yoruba Nation if you don't have materials to go and tell people? This one now, I'm not going to show you the front, but I'm just showing you the back. This is the Labour Party. Do you know millions of how many copies have been printed, sent out to different places? Kí ló ń ṣe wá náà tá a máa ń fi pé, you know, when we talk about money, it's like pé àwọn ilé ń ṣeré pa. You okay? Taba ti gbẹ́rọ̀ lọ ẹnu owó tá a máa fi pé nídòwó ta ló ń sọ fún pé nídòwó. Conservative has 19 million pounds sterling that they are pushing to continue to push in the last 4 days of this election. The last 4 days, local for just like the Labour are pushing as well. Even the smaller political party, every day they're sending leaflets into our houses. So who is telling you that we don't need money? I don't understand. I think about Yoruba Nation. Tí fi gba Yorùbá èyí tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí ìrọ̀wó ra lift àti ìrọ̀wó ṣe leaflet lẹ́ sọ pé ká lọ máa ra bọ́n àbí kọ́tẹ́ sọ pé nìyẹn ẹ lọ máa ra bọ́n pamọ́ ibo lẹ ti fẹ́ rówó bọ́n. Do you know how much they're selling ìbọn? Ọmọ ìtàn tà bọ́n mò ń béèrè ní o. Ẹ tẹ̀ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ ra eléyìí ká print as many of these in their millions and send it to every part of Yoruba land today and prepare our people. Àìtí ṣe yẹn à ń sọ̀rọ̀ àfi lọ ra ẹ̀pà àmàrà this. The one that we need now is to push the message. Many people cannot listen to what we are saying. They don't. I want to teach them data. So push it. Tawabani on this platform, we will make sure that we continue to make the push. But the matter is, she between on we she take 5,000 naira, who need 5,000 naira. Iṣẹ́ ò ní ẹ léṣe. Mo ń bèrè ni o. 50,000 naira yẹn lówó. When the politicians are spending billions, millions to continue to push a false narrative to our people. When we are ready, we will be ready. So, at exactly 1 hour, 20 minutes into the program, I'm going to now talk about Baba Akintoye's book, the one that we've been treating, known as The Guide, The Good News and the Path to Prosperity in Our Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. So I'm going to read the introduction, then we're going to look at I believe this is the 5th week. Benny, Egbomi. Ginger Baker was an influenced musician. He played with Fela and other notable artists. Thank you so much, Mr. Jimmy. I don't know much about music, but let's give thanks to the Lijadu sisters for showcasing Yoruba. I am not here to say I hate the video, don't get me wrong, but the video is not the one that showcased Yoruba people to the world. And on show no showcase the Lijadu sisters, the Fela Nicola Kokuti, the King Sonia Days, Ebenezer Obey, and the many of them, Orlando Award, so many, showcases Nigeria, Yoruba people to the world. I want the video called Take, up again. So the steps of the Yoruba people have already been known around the world. What we are now saying is that let's call it a country so that it can become more formidable, powerful, to push the last part of what is known as we the people, not we Nigerians. But you are here all fighting, a stupid country you are calling Nigeria that doesn't have respect for yourself. So let's read this quickly. Thank you so much once again. Happy Sunday. If you're not comfortable with my platform, there are so many platforms that you can go and sit and listen to what you're saying. And this platform only stands for Yoruba Nation. We talk about Biafra Nation. We talk about Arewa Nation, Ambazonia, the Scottish, the Welsh. Everybody that wants to be free from whatever country that they have the right. We don't pray for Nigeria here. We rather cost Nigeria on a daily basis. Nigeria that the British created for their own selfish interest. I even pity some of you, especially in Nigeria, defending what the British created. Oh, Allah Majakoda. When Lijadu was put together with the British and the High Commission, did they pray to God that Nigeria would be great? At the moral toto shit on mix and so many evil things that they've done before the name was even coined together, called Niger area, Niger area. And you are here defending the nonsense. You want to look at or day. And I'm not talking to those of you that are already understood what we are talking about. I am talking to mostly the important part, which are the politicians. Because I want to and all that your bulletproof car will not save you, okay? Your bulletproof car, your private jet, yeah. Let your sister wake up, okay? Yeah, she will later in a minute. And I'm in the program. No, you're not. I'm in the program, and I told King Mustafa. Introduction. In the following pages, I try to present and stop distracting me. Introduction. In the following pages, I try to present. Sorry, each time I look like that because I have a lot of notification on different phones that give me news as it's happening around the world. So sometimes it comes up, I have to quickly say it, then I can go and read the full, whatever, if I'm interested in. And once again, appreciation to many of you that have contributed to this platform in the last 3 years, especially those of you that said, no way, we will continue to support Koikimedia, even in the midst of everything that they've done to attack us and call us names. I refuse to back down. We love you, we appreciate you. And some of you that left, if you want to come back, you are more than welcome. I'm not here against you. It's just that maybe an understanding I don't fatele the philosopher on it. I've told you Ijile is a 419. 419. If we declare Yoruba Nation, I don't have any reason to be in this country anymore. I will return back and support the government with every kódà mama fọlẹ̀ mama fabọ́ mama ṣe gbogbo tó bá ní kí n ṣe voluntarily as long as tó bá ṣàti fún mi nílé tí mama gbé tọ́dẹ̀ fún mi lóúnjẹ. I will return back. I will be the first person to be on the flight to return back if Yoruba nation is declared. Not sit again in Turkey as a 419 guy. Kí ló ń ṣe ní Turkey? You can see how many of them have been deported. Some of them are not in crime, but I can tell you it's a crime route. Wọ́n máa ń fi gbowó ni láti Asia. Drug dẹ̀ ló ń ṣe tó pọ̀ jù ní gbogbo bẹ̀yẹn. Ìyẹn lẹ́yìn lọ́jọ́ kò tí tẹ́ni gbàdúrà lórí iṣu ẹ̀. Wálé Àlè tó náà ń gba Yorùbá nation fún yóò lò ṣe lórí burúkú. Ó jókòó sí London níbí ìbá ó náà ń gba Yorùbá nation. Ó ń pa pound sterling. Ẹni kó wá máa gba owó Yorùbá land now. So if you have gone away, there's no problem. You have the right to return back. Comment, I will see you, will appreciate you. But don't come and tell me you've got a Yoruba country while Nigeria is still running. Your country won't here. You haven't got a country yet. When you have a country, you will take over every goddamn thing, including the ministry, including the barracks. The Biafra are preparing. Toba Magba barracks in Onigba, December to Dayton. December has not even arrived. Let me take you back again to some of the messages. Again. Let's play it again one more time. Just to remind you what is going to play out very soon. Osumoboni. Benny, àwọn tọ́ka yẹn wọ́n padàn burúkú ní ìbàdàn sef. Yẹn kan wọ́n sọ pé òun gbé ní Turkey. Kí ló ṣe ní Turkey? Turkey tó fún yàn níwèé. Wọ́n fẹ́ anybody níwèé náà. You can go there as a visitor and they can renew you for 6 months and maximum 2 years. Ibi tí mo mọ̀ dáadáa ni. But like I said, it is not yet the time to give you with evidence and fact of people that have lived there. They are not. Number one, you have to learn the language to live there. I'm going to call Kehinde. I'm going to call Turkey. If you have not listened to this before, just listen to it one more time again.
September, October, November, and the month of December, people in Nigeria need strong prayer. People in Nigeria need strong prayer. People in Nigeria are praying now, are crying now. Oh, things are expensive. Things are difficult to buy. But in the realm of the spirit, as I look at the country, Nigeria, the month of September, from the month of August ending, September, October, November, December, things is about to triple the price of what it is today. And the bag of rice will flow from the price it is now. Maybe you are buying at 75 or 70 or 80 now. The bag of rice will hit 100,000 and 120 and even proceed to 150,000 per bag of rice. Which what the major prophet God is saying about the future, and many banks will be shut down. Now begin to ask the Lord, what is this? What is the meaning of this? What shall the people now do? And the people now that have ear to hear what the Spirit is saying should quickly, as quick as possible. If you are a family that always buy one bag for your family for 1 month, if it is possible for now, you can get money, go and buy 3 bags and keep it down. The Bible says that if the watchman seeth the enemy coming and saith nothing, and the enemy comes and destroy the people, the watchman will be held accountable. But if the watchman seeth the enemy coming and seeth it and telleth the people, and the people pray the prayer they need to pray, anything happen, it does not concern the watchman, because he has done his own part. The Lord said, people in Nigeria must pray the prayer. Because right now, in the realm of the spirit, I am seeing what's called the people in the country, Nigeria, cannot be able to bear the kind of hunger that is coming next.
Sometimes, the only thing more difficult than running a business is finding the right words to market it. Lucky for...
And I begin to go to the spiritual world to search through the realm of the spirit to now begin to know and say, what is the cause of this problem? And the Lord saying that's what's called human terminology and what's called human ideology to staff fellow human.
and thereby dehumanize their fellow human and make their fellow human to now lick the dust. What kind of wickedness is this? I was the reason for this nonsense. Why should this kind of thing be happening in the country? And I begin to look at the spiritual war. What about the people in authority? What are they doing? And I enter into the people in authority, and the Lord showed me people in authority, and all of them were completely sleeping. They are all asleep. They are not seeing what is happening in the people they lead and the people in the country. That's why the Lord said, my son, the major prophet of God, get ready for what's called frontline defense. Because you must pray the prayer of the Lord. And the Bible said the prayer of the righteous availeth much. What's the prayer of the righteous all about? The prayer that is prayed in the name of Jesus, by the grace of God, by the power of God, by the strength of God, by the endowment of the Holy Ghost, is the prayer that availeth much, because Jesus is the one that is making intercession for the church right there in heaven.
Let's listen to another one. Let's leave this one. Let's come back to this one. These are not new video, but some of them are new. The one we just watched was about 2 days ago released.
For us to avoid sit down and do. I don't know when it's going to start. For free, I'm giving you a free information. I'm telling you this message for free. For you to avoid sit down at home. 3 days prayer. From on the 19th, 20, and 21. God, the only prayer is, Father, have mercy. Because the sit down at home that will cause everybody to run and scatter. The sit down at home that will cause people to run.
The father will not be able to recognize the children. They will say, I'm staff.
Pray on the 19th, 20, and 21 of this month. Pray for mercy for Nigeria and Africa. And God should cancel. I'm just seeing it now. That God should cancel anything that will cause sit down at home, that will cause people to lose their children, cause children to lose their parents. Intimori is bloody.
What I saw is so bloody.
It's very bloody.
It's bloody.
When I repeat, stray bullet is there. I repeat, I am saying what I'm saying. In fact,
as it's being revealed to me, I can see some border in
I repeat,
pray
19, 20, 21. Nigeria should pray for mercy. Pray for mercy. I repeat, pray for mercy. On the 19, on the 20, on the 21.
Whatever I keep
on the 19, on the 20, on the 21. Pray for that 3 days. That after that 3 days, God should die down. I'm not saying.
Thank you so much, Egbomi Shegun. So much is happening. Let's listen more.
It will happen between that 3 days. But there's a meeting between that 3 days. Pray that God should die down by His mercy.
That God should hear.
Pass this message because there is a war coming. And the war will take lives. We take people. Children will lose their parents. Parents will lose their children. I don't know the area it's coming from. I don't know the junction it will start. But I see the border from north. It enters south. Pray and the south retaliate enter southwest, south whatever. I will not say more than that. But I did not see where it will start. But I hear from north. I hear from north. And I hear again from south. Pray. I don't know when the war will happen. So that
War.
we will not have
Did you hear that? War. I am not the one pushing war, okay? One hour mobati ogun ye ma bere. War, WAR. Man so they play.
As you sit at home, the day of that prayer, on the 19th, on the 20th, and on the 21st, on the 19th, pray for that. That 3 days means a lot in Nigeria. But you will not understand. There are some meetings that will happen between that 3 days. As they are doing their meeting on the ground, God only should intervene. So that whatever want to come ahead, the Lord should silence it.
Now, this one I saw as I was going to bed yesterday. This one, I watched this one as I was about to go to bed yesterday.
Pray for Nigeria, our country.
Nobody's praying for the country. The country is dead.
Nigeria, our country, need prayers.
Not our country.
We are going to pray. The prayer we're going to pray now is going to be for the next 3 months.
Okay. Kilovishele, next 3 months.
For the next 3
So
months.
every one of them keeps saying the next 3 months. I'll appreciate and mention all the names, but let's focus on the program. Why and what is going to happen in the next 3 months? Is it just a joke that they are just making us to be scared? Or is this something that is pushing, that is about to go down? I don't know.
Between now and the next 3 months, I would like us to pray
Okay.
against complete shutdown of only Abuja.
Okay.
Complete shutdown, complete lockup.
Okay.
I'd like us to pray against complete lockup.
Okay.
Not sickness,
Okay.
not sickness, but major attack.
Okay.
Major attack where all the checkpoints into Abuja will not be secured Nigerian security agents,
Okay.
but unknown gunmen. I'm going to say something. I know it's gonna go. I know it's going to sound very bad to some people,
Okay.
but it's the right thing.
Okay.
It's the right thing.
Okay.
I will not say we should raise prayer war against any security agent that is not approved by Nigeria. But I see a security agent, I see a force that is not approved by Nigeria fight.
They see a force. The Fulani terror. They just don't want to mention who they are, but we will help you. They are Fulani terrorists.
Nigeria and killing Nigerian security agents massively.
Massively. Okay.
Massively. In the next 3 months, I want to beg us to pray for Nigerian security agents.
Okay.
I see police, civil defense, army, Air Force, Navy, even the paramilitary like immigrations.
Okay.
I see them in trouble running helter-skelter.
Okay.
Because they are the target now, not me and you.
Not me and you. Okay.
They are the target.
It's going down. Okay.
My father eats grape and the teeth of the son is going.
You can go and watch the full video. Let's give you another one. Unload the dear. Nigeria is going down. In Jesus' name. Baba, Prophet Ezekiel. Even I saw our Prime Minister, Governor in Extra, Simon Ekpa, posted this yesterday. Those okay, Baba mi, kile sosa.
So 3 flags.
Ọlákúnlé.
Write it down.
Nàìjíríà máa pé mẹ́ta.
Nigeria will be divided into 3.
Nigeria will be divided to 3. Okay.
Rabashkaida. Ẹlọ́kọ́lẹ̀.
Write it down.
Go and write it down. Okay. Listen to what the Lord is saying. The month of October, September, November, there will be something that will shake Nigeria. I shake Nigeria. They say make her they play. Mo play no ni. Be mi làwọn wòlíì Ọlọ́run tó sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, ẹ má bínú. Àwọn àrànú mi ló ń kọrin chiki. That's why I had to make some nice quick food. Because they'll be asking me, why am I starving them when they have food in the house that they can smell? But so far, I'm still okay back. I have my tea. I hope you're having your coffee, your whiskey. Shout out to many of you that have joined us. So let's now go back and listen to, this is the last week of our Babakitoye message to us, message of hope. Good morning and welcome once again. Introduction. In the following pages, I try to present the glorious picture of our soon-to-come country, our Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. I try to describe the dreams that are impelling millions of Yoruba men and women in all countries of the world to engage seriously in the Yoruba self-determination struggle, to come together in countless self-determination organizations and clubs, to keep awake for many hours night after night, putting ideas from their disciplines and professions in writing about our soon-to-come country shall be great, prosperous, and powerful in the world. In the next 15 minutes, I'll open the phone line in case you want to add your 1 or 2 input, and I'll also allow those of you on the Twitter space to join the conversation. Don't come and sell Nigeria to us here. We're not going to buy it. God Almighty made us Yoruba people a great people of talent, intellect, and skills, and the large numbers of us are now pouring out those gifts into the ideas that will make our country one of the greatest, the most famous countries in the world and history. I want to just keep an eye on it. Just want to make sure that I'm monitoring. As soon as it's 2 hours, then I can start interacting with many of you on the platform. But for now, as you know, when we don't interact with you straight away, it's because we're in a serious discussion. So once again, shout out to many of you. If you're one of those that wants to support us, I will tell you how you can do so. It's very, very straightforward. You don't need to break the bank to support us. Whatever you have, and if you don't have anything, just pray for me and my family, especially from those spiritual attacks, because I am one of those that they want to take down, but they can't, because the gods of Yoruba land, the gods of your own as well, Christian, Muslim, is protecting us from the evil forces. You thought I would not be out again this morning after yesterday. The moment, even though I'm still feel sleepy, but my children said they wanted to eat, I have to wake up and prepare their food. And I thought, clean up the kitchen and wash the plate. I might take Benis, I'm not taking any calls now. Please do not call now, please. I said in the next 2 hours, 15 minutes. I wash the plates to help my wife. I wash the cutlery. I tidy up, clean up the kitchen, prepare the breakfast for the children. And I thought, what next? Let's have discussion. I don't know who they interrupting the call now. I don't know why he's calling. I'm just responding to this person because it's already with us on the program. Okay, we go let us see. Please do not disrupt when we're on a live transmission. The studio number is easy for you to call, but that is when we say call in. You know, my name is Professor, and we always give you the room to do so. All right, the person says they didn't know, and they already apologized. So shout out, and once again, thank you so much. And let's go back into it. God Almighty made us Yoruba people a great people of talent, intellect, and skills. We saw that already with the Lijadu sister. Talent, God gave us. Whatever you believed. Talent, intellect, professor, non-academians, business guru. But the problem is some of them just want to keep Nigeria. For what purposes, for what reason, is what we don't understand. And the large numbers of us are now pouring out those gifts into the ideas that will make our country one of the greatest and the most famous countries in the history of the world. And that will make us Yoruba people a loving, laughing, illuminated family of happy and contented men, women, and children. It is Nigeria that converted most of our youth and many people into so many crimes that they are committing today. A lot of the intellectual and other effort by our people come to me as a father, Professor Akintoye, of our self-determination struggle. Altogether, they make me humble, happy, and proud. Employing my own speciality and insight. He sat down, wrote these 95 pages. Is not easy at 89. I hereby put forth, point by point, that we have been talking about in the last 5 weeks. We're going to the 6 weeks on Monday, God's willing. Point by point, the main items of what I perceived to be our nation's purpose, determination, and expectation. I urge all my Yoruba people to read it. I urge each to endeavor to bring the benefit of his or her speciality to bear on any of his various points. If you think that you have something, work about it and, do something around it as well. In its totality, this is a manifesto from those of us who are fighting for our sovereign Yoruba nation, our independent Yoruba country, separate from Nigeria. I live in the unwavering faith and hope that our Yoruba country shall soon be free, and that thereafter we shall see the glory of God upon the life of our free and sovereign Yoruba nation, and upon all of us Yoruba people. So where we are right now is we shall clean up our politics. From next week, God's willing, we shall take creative steps about political parties. That will be the topic that we're going to be treating. We shall take creative steps about political parties, not the ones that we have right now. All these, actually going to maintain thanks so much. We appreciate, we love you. Not the political party system that doesn't even have the respect, like some of our politicians that we mention their names, and we might do it again today, if time permits. So, as we continue to take you to the last section of the program, let's now read that Babakitoye in terms of cleaning up. We've done this one already. So where we are right now, we've done our youth development program, and then Koiki, stop reading this all the time. Mama Sobe, the more we read, the more it's good, the more people understand what we're talking about. We shall sharply clean up our politics. From ancient times, we Yoruba evolved democratic political system in other monarchical cultures in the world. the king is automatically succeeded by his own child and the subject have no voice in the choice. But from the beginning of our history, we Yoruba people rejected such automatic succession. In every one of our kingdom, from our very beginning, we choose the right to select the king from among members of the royal family. Don't expect some of those corrupt politicians to be involved in Yoruba nation. Wọ́n máa sọ fún yín pé they play. Ẹ sọ fún wọn pé oríṣiríṣi ìran ti jáde nísìnyí o. Come on, they play. It is coming. Everybody will chop breakfast. No grief for anybody. And like I said to you, when the time comes, God's willing, I will be on the ground. That one, for me, is sure baje. I will be on the ground. The Ukrainians return back home to support their country. Many people go back and support their country to liberate their people. So don't think we're sitting here. No, I will not be sitting here. I will be on the forefront when the time comes. We also empower the members of each lineage to select our chiefs. We enjoyed being respected by our king and chiefs. We have freedom of speech in the affairs of our society. In the 1950s, with Chief Obafemi Awolowo as our first premier and the first national leader in the modern times, we Yoruba people in our then western region of Nigeria evolved the most democratic political society in Africa. The government was responsive and the most dedicated to the needs, the desire, the expectations of the people. The leadership conscientiously respectful of our voices and our vote. Today, your vote, it no count. Your vote does not count. Your vote is not part of the vote that brought Tinubu in, okay? He rigged himself in. Everybody knows that. But he has to, because the North wanted to cut his leg. Buhari wanted to destroy Tinubu after he brought Buhari in. Buhari told Lowolowo. So, if you think that Tinubu was not going to get in, you're wasting your time. Whether they will allow him for the next one is what we don't know. I don't know whether Buhari is alive, he's a dead man. He's a walking cop anyway. But we are hearing that people are going to see him, you know, in his like a statue in Castina. Just like they go and visit that one in the wheelchair, that Olori Buruku Babangida that killed, you know, Yoruba people, as many as, you know, them as well. So just to wrap this up, because it's not a lot, it's a very short one. It's a very like a bullet point. So in the 1950s, Obafemi Awolowo was the first premier, the first national leader in the modern times. We Yoruba people in our then western region of Nigeria evolved the most democratic political society in Africa. The government was responsive, was dedicated to the needs, the desires, and the expectations of the people. The leadership conscientiously respectful of our voices and our vote, like I will be doing, God's willing, on Thursday. Make sure you vote to enter one in the UK. Whatever, if you want to vote Conservative, it's up to you. If you want to vote Labour, it's up to you, but don't lose your vote. I know some of you have been waiting for me to come and talk about the political party set up in the UK. I've decided not to, and it's personal for now. One will be by. They've called me, but I've decided not to for now. It is personal. It has nothing to do with anybody, but it's just personal. And I'll leave it like that. But I'm aware that there's a Yoruba political party operating in the UK, led by one of our leaders in the Yoruba Nation movement that formed that party, contesting somewhere in Peckham. No vote for me. Both of them are same. Make sure you don't lose your vote. So let me just leave that one like that for now, because you might be wondering or thinking in your brain. Don't let anything to bother you. I focus only for now on the job Baba Akintoye has given me, and I don't want to be distracted. I'm not campaigning for anybody. Neither am I campaigning for Labour, campaigning for Conservative, independent political party, or even a Yoruba political party. I am not campaigning for. I am not one of their medias. Okay? I don't get agitated around that. Under Chief Awolowo's successor, the high quality of leadership, politics, governance continued for some time. In short, we had established our modern political tradition based on our Asian political culture. In 1962, because most of the rest of Nigeria was hostile about our foremost position in the progress and development in Nigeria, they combined to use the power of the federal government to push out Western region, which was working for us. Destroy that Western region, and you want us now to be licking the ass of these crazy politicians. It's not easy, watching program back to back. They suspended, imposed their own government. Our Nigerian house, I was there yesterday. I just didn't make any fuss about where I was yesterday because I was on a private mission. But I'll be telling you a little bit about it because it was a very good one for me. So we were in the front of the Nigerian High Commission yesterday. That building was brought by Babawolowo by Cocoa Money until it has been hijacked and converted to the Nigerian High Commission in London. And I'll be visiting there very soon. I have a mission there in the next couple of months. So I'll be visiting the Nigerian High Commission very soon. So that is on that. And the next one we're going to talk about briefly is our father, Mokofisare Mutito. Very nice. We give thanks to the gods of the Yoruba land and whatever your belief system is. There was a terrible incident that almost would have been a disaster if gods of our land did not guide and protect him. He escaped, just like those in the past have escaped. Tinubu escaped the death that wanted to come on him. Maybe Tinubu will not be here today with us. Abemo, from what we heard. Koda Ofikpa Dele Momodu. Dele Momodu escaped. So it's not the first time people are escaping. And you can name some of those people that I don't know as well, but these are the people that at least we know. The Lijadu sister escaped. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n mọ̀ pé you sometimes have to escape so that you can come back more formidable. Igboho survived because Ọlọ́run ṣì ní ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ lò pẹ̀lú wa. Igboho could have died on the 1st of July, which is just less than 24 hours. But it's difficult for them to understand how did he manage to escape. The North are not happy that Igboho did not die on that day. They are still wondering how he escaped. How? With everything that we prepared, with everything that we put in place, Igboho survived for another day. And those that wanted to take him out, Malami, the former AGF, is still around. Go and listen to that interview Okimbaloye did with somebody that was dropped yesterday. Because they know that if they take out Igboho out of the picture, this man will have heart attack and he'll probably also gone. Then some of us will probably just fizzle away, or maybe something I don't know. But whatever it could be, the God of Yoruba land did not allow that to become realistic for the Northerners and the Yoruba that were involved in the assassination attempt on his life because he stood his ground that his people were being massacred and killed by one particular ethnic group that we don't even know how they become majority and superseding every single one of us under their belt, called the Fulanese. But some Yoruba people say it doesn't matter. Even if they take him out. But we're grateful that Igboho survived that. All these started playing out because we also have someone that gave us the insight of what was going down in Igboho's house. And we must continue to love and appreciate her for that dedication that she put in. So what I'm going to do right now is to remind you, because some of you, you forgot. Without the interruption of the video that I'm about to play, which is 12 minutes, 35 seconds, I will just sit back and also be listening. And just to remind us all that he could have been killed. And nobody would have known what could have been the end game. But Ọlọ́run lẹ́ni tó wọ́n pa òun lẹ́mí ẹ̀ lò. So Ọlọ́run ṣì ní ẹ̀mí Ìgbòho ló ṣe rescue from the dungeon of the Fulanese that wanted to kill him. But how some Yoruba people were so excited about it is what still get us, Ibadan jáde láti wá support wa pé wọ́n pa wá. He kept muted. We called him. He did not answer us. Oníjà Yorùbá ò ṣe gbèjà. Àbí nǹkan tí Ìbá sọ kọ́ nìyẹn. Ntí Ìbá sọ nìyẹn now. Àpárọ̀ mọ́ wọn. We have video evidence. Ẹ ṣe gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà. Oshanla Igboho Osha, Eledumare protected him for us. But that protection, we should also give thanks to these, our beautiful Moremi, that came out quickly and made it known to the world that there is a firepower, like there is a war going on in Igboho's house. And that is what we're going to play to you right now. Just to remind you that Igboho survived for so many reasons, and some of those reasons we cannot even finish it in the next 20 years. Adúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run. Adúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run pé ó lo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn àmọ́ ó lo Lady K níjọ́ tá à ń wé. It's a very day that we must never forget, especially two innocent Yoruba man were killed by the Fulanese. We will never forget that. I saw my brother Said Ire, making some very fantastic support to the wife of Alhaji Fatai. We appreciate him, and if you can make sure you can do whatever you can do, please also reach out to him so that he can reach out to the wife. Adúpẹ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí.
àwọn sójà ti àtàkì wa àwọn sójà ẹjọ ẹ máa ṣí ẹ ilé Chief Sunday Igboho àwọn sójà ti surround gbogbo ilé wọn yìnbọn gidi ni báyìí ẹjọ bá wa ṣí ẹ bá wa pass information yẹn fún gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire ẹjọ mi ò lè bọ́ta gan inú ilé ni mo ṣàwà báyìí please help me to share we are under attack now please let all the warrior be informed. Please help us to notify everybody. Please call everybody to be at alert. We are under attack now. In Chief Sunday Igboho house, we are under attack already with Nigerian military. Confirm Lele. Àwọn sójà ní Nigeria sójà ìbọn wọn lẹ ń gbọ́ yẹn wọ́n yìnbọn gidi ní confam ẹ bá wa share ẹ máa bá wa pass information yẹn kí everybody wà alert àwọn warrior kí gbogbo wọn wà alert àwọn tó bá lè máa move bọ̀ bá anywhere tó bá wà confam gidi ní o ìbọn lẹ ń gbọ́ tó yìn gidi yẹn àwọn Nigeria sójà lélẹ̀ please help me to share Chief Sunday Igboho house ilé olóyè Igboho ṣe ń gbọ́ ẹ ń gbúrò bọn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ máa bá mi share ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi share ẹ bá mi pariwo fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire àwọn Nigeria military wọ́n ti wá àtàkì wa ẹ jọ̀ọ́ this to two ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run wọ́n ti yìnbọn more than 10 minutes ó yẹ kí n ti gbé sí live látẹ̀kùn but I want to confirm láti mọ̀ bóyá òótọ́ ni kí n tó wá sí live kí n má bàa fún yín ní wrong information àwọn Nigeria sójà ni wọ́n kó táǹsì wọ́n surround wa ni ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run wọ́n dẹ̀ yìnbọn gidi kì í ṣe ṣeré ẹ bá mi máa share ẹ jẹ́ bá mi máa share ẹ bá mi share ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá mọ̀ nílé lóko gbogbo èèyàn àwọn tẹ́ bá lè jí ẹ jí wọn ẹ bá mi share confam mo sọ fún yín ẹ jọ̀ọ́ àtọ́jú oorun lèmi náà ti gbúrò ọ̀bọ̀ náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pé everybody lórí phone pé kí everybody wà alert ìgbà tí mo dẹ̀ máa confam sí ọ̀nà àwọn sójà mi lè bọ́ síta o but confam lélẹ̀ everybody ìbọn lọ́yìn gidi yẹn kì í ṣe kékeré ó surround wa ni so ẹ bá wa share Nigeria sójà ni o àwọn ìjọba location 9 ni tó bá jí kúkú máa dàrú látòrí kó dàrú tó bá dẹ̀ máa níyànjú kó níyànjú ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn mi ò lè bọ́ síta obìnrin ni mí wọ́n ní kí n má bọ́ síta but kí n gbé lọ sí live kí n jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ pa bàbá ti confam fún mi sí pé àwọn sójà ni so ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mi ò mọ bó ṣe pọ̀ tó o but wọ́n lọ ti surround wa pé àwọn sójà ni confam mo fún yín ẹ bá wa share ẹ bá wa jí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n mọ̀. ṣe ti rí Nàìjíríà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa share mi ní kọ́ọ̀tì broadcast yìí ó dìgbà tí n bá tó get to the root wọ́n ní kí n má bọ́ta but kí n gbé lọ sí live kí n jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kí wọ́n mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí kí n ṣe ṣeré o gbogbo létí bọ́ta wọ́n ti fèsì wọn ò bọ̀ tí mi ì mọ̀ iye àwọn sójà tó jẹ́ o mi ì mọ̀ bó ṣe pọ̀ tó o àmọ́ wọ́n sọ fún mi wípé àwọn sójà ni wọ́n dẹ̀ ti surround wa so wọ́n release gidi ni tí ò ṣe ṣeré ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi share ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ bá a ti wà under attack nílé Chief Sunday Igboho mi ì mọ̀ bó ṣe pọ̀ tó mò ń là fún yín o mi ì mọ̀ báwọn sójà yẹn ṣe pọ̀ tó o ṣe ń gbúrò bọ̀ wọ́n yìn gidi ni ṣe ń gbọ́ gidi ni ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá mi share ẹ gbé lọ YouTube ẹ gbé lọ everywhere kí gbogbo èèyàn tètè mọ̀ àwọn tó sùn kọ́ jí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ máa bá wa share ẹ bá mi share àti wà under attack nílé Chief Sunday Igboho. wọn ráyè wọlé o but àwọn warrior náà ti lọ fèsì wọn ta ìgbọ̀bọ̀ wọn lẹ̀ ń gbọ́ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ó bẹ́tà àwọn warrior tó bá wà tó òsì ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kó wá fèsì wọn níta ìta náà wà àwọn tó dé bá dẹ̀ ń bọ̀ kọ́ mọ bó ṣe máa rìn according to nǹkan tó sọ fún mi sìn wọ́n ní wọ́n surround wa àbínú jáde ta ló ń pè mí why calling me ẹ pè sórí fífẹ́ WhatsApp ẹ má pè sórí messenger àwọn ni mò ń lò. ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa ké sí gbogbo àwọn warrior wa ó ń pọ̀ kíní tí mo gbọ́ ọ̀bọ tí mo gbọ́ ìpọ̀ ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ I know no problem but a gbọ́dọ̀ mú wọn ni wọn gbọ́dọ̀ escape gbogbo wọn tó bá wá òkúlẹ̀lẹ́jà ń tà èmi mọ̀ pé kò sí ohun tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ but wọn gbọ́dọ̀ sá lọ that is my goal ṣe ń gbúrò ẹ̀mí mímọ́ èmi ti paná rúùmù mi o. ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa share Jésù ẹ jọ̀ọ́ náà ẹ bá wa ké sáwọn èèyàn kó wá support o ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o lóbi jókòó. ẹ má pè sórí messenger on disturb phone tí mo fi ń broadcast ẹ jọ̀ọ́, please help me to share it. Please, we just need to inform people. I know nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen, but people have to know what is happening now. This is Totu. Shenguro. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá mi share mo fi títóbi ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba bẹ̀yìn, ẹ bá wa share ètò yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé Chief Sunday Igboho báyìí. Àti wà under attack pẹ̀lú àwọn Nigerian military. Jésù. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Kí ni yóò ṣe ṣeré ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa ké sí gbogbo àwọn warrior, please. I need gbogbo wọn bíbá ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Èmi mo mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bíbá yín sìn, please. I've done that. Ẹ wo nǹkan tí mo ṣe gan nìyẹn. That's why tí mo fi switch off iná. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá mi share. Ẹ mú ti life flat. Ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀. On fire nù lé gidi gan ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Ó kọjá ṣeré, please. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa share, ẹ bá wa ké sí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ bá wa jí gbogbo wọn, ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí. Eléyìí ò ń ṣe bíi tìjọ sí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ confirm wọn lélẹ̀ àwọn Nigerian military ni. Ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá ń ṣe wọn tó fi ń yìnbọn yẹn sínú compound. Gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ti bọ́ta, wọ́n ti fèsì wọn. In fact, mi lè ṣàlàyé bíbọn yẹn ṣe ń wọlé fún yín, mi lè rí no. Mi lè pọ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa share. A ti wà under attack báyìí. Àwọn tó bá wà nítòsí káwọn náà lè wá support, please. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Jésù. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Ó kọjá ṣeré, please. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá mi máa share.
We give thanks that Igboho survived that fateful day. But what was the reason why Igboho was attacked? What was the reason? Was he a terrorist? Was he fighting the federal government of the dead or alive Buhari, the monster, the evil one that Tinubu went to brought into the government in 2015? What was his Igboho's offense? Maybe this was why they wanted to kill Igboho. Maybe this was the reason why Igboho wanted to be killed.
Wọ́n ní mi sí ìjọba mò ń lọ ń dá sí nǹkan tí ó kàn mí ṣùgbọ́n tó kàn mí mo dá sí tó ń pọ̀ mọ́ Yorùbá ni mí. Bí ìjọba bá wà tí ò sí ẹ̀tọ́ tó yẹ kó ṣe fún aráàlú tí wọ́n dìbò fún tó jẹ́ ìjọba lé lórí. Tí ìjọba bá wà tí ààbò bá sí fún aráàlú tó ró ìṣèjọba lé lórí aráàlú dìde fúnra ẹ̀. Kìí ṣe pé mo pàṣẹ àbí mo dédé pàṣẹ àbí mo kàn sọ nǹkan tí ó wá látọkàn mi. Ìkẹ́ tó fa ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni pé ẹ̀yin náà wò láti bí ijọ́ mélòó kan sìn bí ọ̀sẹ̀ bíi méjì sìn nípa ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn Fúlàní tó wà ní gbogbo Ìbàràpá. Ẹ wo dókítà wa Dr. Fatai PhD doctor ọmọ Yorùbá tó kàwé tó gboyè ó wá lọ sílùú òyìnbó ní àìníye ọdún ó lọ ṣiṣẹ́ wá dé okòó dé ó wá lọ lu bàbá ẹ̀ ní gangan ó dá oko àgbàdo ẹ̀gẹ́ iṣu oríṣiríṣi nǹkan soya beans ó dẹ̀ gba ọmọ wa ní gangan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sí bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀tẹ́ tó ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ Fúlàní wa jẹ oko ẹ̀ ó wá gbéra láti lọ bá àwọn Fúlàní yìí sọ̀rọ̀ láti lọ bá Sẹ́ríkì Fúlàní pé ẹ wá wo ohun tí àwọn ọmọ yìí ṣe lórí oko mi kò yẹ kó rí báyìí lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá mi wọ́n dẹ̀ dé lókun bẹ̀ náà wọ́n dẹ̀ sàpà àìmọye yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ tá a lè múrúkọ wọn làwọn Fúlàní yìí bẹ́ lórí tó pa wọ́n jí àwọn kan gbé ẹni tó bá gbowó tó kéré lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n gba 7 million wọ́n gba 10 million wọ́n gba 11 million lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá wa ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn dùn mí ó bà mí lọ́kàn jẹ́ gan pé tá a bá torí pé tó Ọlọ́run gbà fáwa àwa ará àwọn ọmọ tí ń tẹ̀lé wa tó ń ṣààbò fún wa àwọn tí ò lẹ́ni tí ó tẹ̀lé wọn kọ́ ìdí nìyí tó mú mi lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn ìgbà tí mo lè débẹ̀ ohun tí mo lọ fún ni pé láti lọ bá pé sógun tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí lórí ilẹ̀ wa sọ da ẹ ti ń gbé pẹ̀lú wa adẹ̀fàyè gbà yín àbáyín jà àṣẹ nǹkan jàmbá fún yín ọ̀rọ̀ ni mò ń bá Sẹ́ríkì sọ̀rọ̀ làwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ yọ̀bọ̀n sí mi mo gba ìbọn yẹn lọ́wọ́ ìkan yọ àáké àgbà ìkejì tún yọ ìbọn mi ìyẹn ti ẹ̀yìn ẹni wọ́n bá wọnú fídíò yẹn tó bá fídíò wọn ó yìnbọn yẹn sí mi kí n tó lọ́bọ̀ yẹn mọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ bá gbọ́ fídíò yẹn pé ìbọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dáhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n yìnbọn sí mi ń bẹ̀ kí n tó bájà wá yìí pípò yìí tí n bá bájà wá ẹ̀ ní dúró tẹ́ ẹ bá ti wá lè wá àtúnṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ jíjígbé àti pípa àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n wa àtàwọn àǹtí wa àwọn bọ̀dá wa àtàwọn ìyá mi àtàwọn bàbá mi tẹ́ẹ̀dì wọn olóko mọ́ yé o ó fẹ́ tàkẹ́ forílẹ̀ bàbá wa lẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ náà ń fa yìí sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn kí sọ̀rọ̀ ọjà àwọn kan gbé wọn fẹ́ pa àwọn mùsùlùmí kílọ̀kàn mi kan mùsùlùmí kílọ̀kàn mi kan kírísítẹ̀ kílọ̀kàn mi kan gbogbo táwọn ń fa yìí èmi ò nídìí kankan àlàáfíà Yorùbá ni mò ń wá mi fẹ́ kankan bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n dúnkòkò tọ́pọ̀ jù wọ́n dúnkòkò ntọ́lọ́hún táwọn tí ń dúnkòkò náà mọ̀ pé àwọn dúnkòkò mọ́ mi ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí èyí jẹ́ kí ẹ̀rù bà mí ni pé ó ń bẹ nínú Bíbélì pé tí ẹ bá ń jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀ lórí nǹkan bàbá rẹ̀ tó bá kú síbẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan kan torí pé mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe yẹn fúngbà díẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń dúnkòkò àti bí ìjẹ́ ẹni tọ́rọ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀sìn ni wọ́n ti ń pè mí àwọn fẹ́ wá wọ́n máa arrest mi wọ́n ti ń sẹ́ni mẹ́sẹ̀jì oríṣiríṣi pé wọ́n fẹ́ wá gbé mi nílé ẹ̀rù kankan sì bà mí. gbogbo àwọn ọba tó wà ń bẹ pátápátá inú wọn dùn wọ́n sì fọwọ́ sí pé ìyà tí ń jẹ àwọn etí tó àwọn òfin fúlàní lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá wọn mọ́ pípa ti tó àwọn tí wọ́n ń pa iná làwọn jọba lé lórí tí fídíò sì wà àwọn ọba gan ni wọ́n ń pè mí pé ìyà tí ń jẹ àwọn yìí ti tó àwọn tí wọ́n ń pa àwọn ọmọ àwọn tó ń pa yìí lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la àwọn náà làwọn sì jọba lé lórí ó ti tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí àgbààgbà Yorùbá tínú rẹ̀ ò dùn sí pé kò sínú àgbà ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n náà ni ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n bàbá wa ni inú tí wọn náà dùn bí wọn ṣe ń pa wá bí Fúlàní ṣe ń jí wa gbé tó ń gbowó lálá lọ́wọ́ anú wọn ò dùn ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n kọ́ bá wọn yọ wọn nípò bí tí wọ́n wà sẹ́wọ̀n wípé nígbà tí wọ́n ń jí àwọn aráàlú gẹ̀gẹ̀ gbé tí wọ́n ń pa wọ́n tẹ́nì kankan sọ̀rọ̀ ńgbọ̀ ya wọ́n lọ jí ọmọ ọba gẹ̀gẹ̀ gbé ọmọ ọba tí ń bẹ lórí yẹn gẹ̀gẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ wọ́n jí ọmọ bàbá gẹ̀gẹ̀ gbé fúnra ẹ̀ tó fọ́kó díẹ̀ bí wọ́n sì gba 4 million lọ́wọ́ bàbá kan tó gbọ́ ọmọ bàbá fún bàbá àwọn Fúlàní torí pé ńgbọ̀ ọba ya àyè ti gba àwọn Fúlàní ìdí pé wọ́n wá gbé ọba fún ẹnu ààfin wọ́n nìkan lọ kí buwọ́lá lọ dáwọ́ jọ àwa Yorùbá sì sùn a sì dákẹ́ a sì sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn bàbá wa dẹ̀ dákẹ́.
This is what led to the assassination attempt on the life of Igboho. He survived it, and like they say, there is always another day for the fight. But I think we still have him around with us, and we will continue to protect and shield him from all the evils that wants to take him out, because he's asking for the right of his people to be free from the danger and the shackles of what is known as Nigeria. So as we now enter the last part of the transmission, where we will be allowing you to call in if you can, if you want to, and also as we will also just appreciate many of you that have joined us. This was Tolulokpa Rutile. Some of you don't know her, or you don't know her. She was that young first helicopter combat pilot that was killed by the federal government of Nigeria under President Muhammadu Buhari. Let me take this laptop away. Once again, appreciation to many of you that are still with us. And tell our Lori, Koikimedia, Instagram, you need to join another platform. I need to end that section of that platform. Once again, thank you so much as we end that section. As we say all the time on this platform, a lot of things are wrong with Nigeria. You cannot rectify the danger that is inside. We can only prepare for whatever could be the worst case scenarios. And just some of the reminders of those that have spoken about Nigeria in the past and what they've said. And this is one of those that spoke about Nigeria.
I have been sick of this problem. I have been sick of this controversy over living wage or minimum wage. And I believe that something is seriously wrong with the heads of many of our leaders. How can anyone who earns 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, not to talk of people who earn 1 million, 2 million, how can they go to sleep in good conscience every day? How can they go to sleep in good conscience and come out to sit down in a boardroom to discuss the sustainability or otherwise of paying 60,000 to the poorest of workers? How can we go to bed and sleep, all those who belong to the elite, who earn 2, 3, 4, 500,000, 1 million? How can you go to sleep in good conscience, I say, if you still have any conscience? How can you go to sleep in good conscience and come out to be debating? I hear people on TV, I watch people on TV, experts, economic experts, corporate executives, government officials, who are taking home more than $1 million in a month. And they are there arguing that 60,000 or over will destroy the economy. It's not sustainable. How wicked! You give 60,000 to a poor worker a poor worker who may have a family of 2 or 3 or 4, for his feeding, for his accommodation, for his house rent, for his medical care, for his children's school fees. How wicked! How blind! How can we do that? And we think that God will bless our country? We think that it is by bringing a new national anthem for God to bless our country. How can you commit this crime against humanity? For me, this is a crime against humanity. Because the poor people who cannot afford to buy gari, I'm not saying they will buy that they have to buy sardino. I'm saying buy gari, poor people who cannot buy gari. I'm not talking of meat or fish. Poor people are dying because they have no money to cure malaria. How can you go to sleep in good conscience? Those of us who belong to the elite, how can we go to sleep with good conscience and we are debating and we are discussing and we vote 500 million naira to meet and debate about paying 60,000 to the poor? My dear friends, I see this as a new form of apartheid. Nigeria is one of the most unequal societies in the entire world. A society where it's like the animal farm. A society where we have conspicuously rich people, people who are living in conspicuous consumption, and others who are in deplorable dehumanizing poverty. If you have somebody in this country that takes home 1 million naira, I mean 1 million, I'm not talking of 30 million naira, 1 million naira in a month, and he can open his mouth to be part of a discussion about the poor getting 60,000 naira. I say anyone who earns up to 1 million naira in the month should keep his or her mouth shut when he hears them debating about taking 60,000 for the poor. More than 60 years after independence, we are running an apartheid society. This time it's not racial apartheid, it's economic apartheid. We are running an apartheid society of people of conspicuous consumption, flying in private jets around at government expense, people who are riding 4, 5, 6, 7 SUVs with pilot vehicles, chasing the poor out of the road, and poor people, you are debating, you are discussing, you are over 60,000 for the poor. You insult the poor by saying 30,000, and later you say 48,000, and now you say 60,000, and you pay more than 60,000, you come out with 62,000. You insult poor Nigerians. I say there is hardly any society I know that is as divided as the Nigerian society. And a society that is so divided is just sitting on a keg of gunpowder. I have warned here before that the revenge of the poor is at the corner.
Okay.
The revenge of the poor is at the corner. I am not calling for it, but it will happen as night follows the day.
Okay.
Because when you so reduce people, you reduce people to this dehumanizing level. Nature does not allow a situation of islands of affluence amidst a sea of poverty. Nature does not allow it. And let me warn those in the elite. Let me warn those in the tripartite committee of government. Let me warn that it is in the course of nature that when a predator,
I'm making it.
A predator continues to devour the very resources that the predator needs for his own sustenance, nature will take out the predator in order to have equilibrium, in order to have a measure of equilibrium.
I love
nature
that.
is about balance, you know.
Okay.
All of nature is about balance, and human beings are part of nature.
Okay.
And Nigerians are part of nature.
Okay.
If the predator
is coming,
who needs the animals in the kingdom, it needs the animals in the book to survive.
Okay.
If it is recklessly devouring the very animals it needs for its own survival, if it is devouring it recklessly and senselessly, nature will step in.
Nature is coming.
And remove the predator so that they can be balanced
it's coming.
in the system, in the ecosystem.
It's coming.
Let me warn that all those who are in government, I hear, I have not confirmed, that there are people taking home almost 30 million naira in a month.
Okay.
And you have the guts, and you have the temerity to sit down, and your conscience allows you to sit down to discuss about 60,000 naira for poor worker for the whole month, and you are the one that has all the opportunities of Esther code and all kinds of perquisites of office. You sit down to discuss about 60,000, and that is all that the person will have in the month. You sit down to discuss this and come out and